shed more light on Egypt's ranking or moving up to sixth spot in the year 2023 Sustainable Development Report ranking. We have the pleasure to have this phono with Engineer Dr. Shaimaa Al-Sharqawi, member of the Global Union of Environment and Climate Protection. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, Dr. Sharqawi, Egypt have moved 6 spots in 2023 Sustainable Development Report rankings. How did you read this achievement?
Yes, the report indicates that Egypt has advanced 6 places in the Index of Sustainable Development Goals for year 2023. As it ranked 81st in 2023 out of 166 countries included in the report, compared to 87th in 2022 out of 163 countries. And Egypt's score increased in the index, achieving 69.6 degrees in 2023, compared to 68.7 in 2022. This reflects Egypt's tireless efforts towards achieving the goals of sustainable development. A set of UN goals witnessed as an improvement compared to 2022. UN Goal 4, quality education, UN Goal 7, clean energy, and UN Goal 17, partnership to achieve the goals.
Yes. So, to what extent is Egypt moving towards all performance and taking steps in order to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals within the year 2030 vision?
Yes, the most important development for Egypt towards achieving the goals of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is the localization of those goals. As it was necessary to have data that determine the status of each governorate in the indicators of the Sustainable Development Goals and the target of the indicators for each governorate in 2030 based to the current situation and ambition to reach to the targets of Sustainable Development Goals at the national level. It leads to working in a comprehensive manner and raising the overall indicators of sustainable development at the level of the whole Republic.
Yes. So, Dr. Sharqawi, how do you assess the ongoing mega projects in the field of sustainable development in Egypt?
Yes, Egypt already adopting many sustainable projects that have a great impact on the lives of future generations. And we see this in the real estate sector as it provides safe housing for an increasing population. Also invests in industry that provides many job opportunities for young people, as well as development of education, which mainly contributes to the development of society and its many ambitions, long and short-term endeavors.
Yes. Well, Dr. Sharqawi, what are the main steps that should be taken to continue in reaching our sustainable goals?
Yes, that's a good question. The most important steps that must be taken to continue reaching the goals of sustainable development are, first, correctly collecting and analyzing data that is collected from all governorates and all business. Second, continuous learning and training on development. Third, partnership between government, private sector, and civil society. Fourth, popular media awareness. Finally, limiting consumption of all resources and good planning for their proper distribution.
Yes. Dr. Sharqawi, Egypt's Sustainable Development Strategy also represents an embodiment of a new constitution's spirit, setting welfare and prosperity as the main economic objects or objectives. So how could this be achieved in your opinion?
Indeed, this is clear now, as everyone is constitutionally equal in terms of life rights. So there is no difference between a man or woman, nor between healthy body and people with disabilities, nor between young and old. Sustainable development calls for this in its 10th and fifth goals. And Egypt also put its second goals on its agenda, justice and integration, which had a great impact in setting many laws in this context, such as the percentage of women's participation in parliament, percentage of people with disabilities at work. It's also a lot of text in laws has changed for more equity in our society.
Yes, Dr. Sharqawi, the strategy also considers equal opportunities for all, as you've just mentioned. So, in closing development gaps and efficient use of resources in order to ensure the rights of the future generations. How do you read this?
Yes, the Egyptian Sustainable Development Agenda begins with the quality of life, which includes good education for all, good health for all people of the same country, and the reduction of hunger and poverty in all its forms, which bridges development gaps between rural and urban areas, for example, and between social classes, which develops in all aspects of rural life, which achieves effective use of resources, preserving the right of future generations to life.
Yes, Dr. Sharqawi, Egypt has moved forward great steps in achieving sustainable development. In the energy sector, I mean the field of energy and the green energy. So, what would you say about this field? Egypt is taking very good care and giving. Also concerned with the field of the green energy. What would you say about this, please?
Yes. Renewable energy in Egypt has jumped in electricity production 7 times over the past 8 years, in conjunction with the implementation of a number of green projects to secure demand and export support, bringing productivity to 10.4 thousand GWH in 2021 and 2022 season. The most prominent electricity production projects from renewable energy in Egypt, including the Bimban Solar Energy Complex, with an investment cost of more than $2 billion. The total capacity of the complex is 1465 megawatts, as it's the largest complex in one place in the Middle East and Africa, along with 3 power plants in Jebel Zayt, with a capacity of 580 megawatts and cost of 580 million euros.
Yes. Dr. Sharqawi, how can we, in concerning the sustainable development plan of Egypt, how can we take the experience of other countries? What are the other countries that you could mention who succeeded in the sustainable development and could be a role model?
Yes, we already role model. We already have a lot of investment. Egypt is a very rich country with its air
resources.
Yes, with its resources from everything. So we must play on partnership.
Yes. So how can we, as you just mentioned that Egypt is a role model, how can we extend this experience to the whole African countries?
Already, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, our love president, his eyes will towards to Africa and overcapacity the whole of countries of Africa. So we can, in this way, investment in human
yes, investment in Africa.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Invest in Africa and Africa invest in Egypt. We
Yes.
are all in one basket. We are all in one shop.
Yes.
We must be do all of our efforts to gain the good future.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time, for your valuable information. Engineer Dr. Shaima El Sharqawi, member of the Global Union of Environment and Climate Protection. I thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.